Hello, welcome to the Mystical Institute of Healing Arts. My name is Alicia McNaughton, and I'll be your host for today's class on healing past lifetimes. So let us begin just by holding space for the information, allowing yourself to be in a container of light. As I call forth the guardian over your soul journey, that is your higher self. Whether this is your first lifetime, so you think, or whether you have been in a succession of lives and are a very old soul, this information is pertinent to the journey that you're either embarking on now and what has brought you to this point, who you are, what you are drawn to, the different types of things that you are interested in, the types of issues that concern you about our world today, and where you find yourself leaning towards wanting to be. There's a great deal of pressure in today's society to achieve and to show up with your best foot forward. And oftentimes there are roadblocks where we can't seem to get past the threshold. And that is a time for going backwards in order to manifest and dream bigger and rise to the top. Similarly to when a person has to pull back the bow for the arrow to aim and then release so that there's a huge propeller force bringing you to the desired outcome. Think of this as your version of pulling the arrow and the bow back. Sometimes without going backwards, there's no momentum forward. You don't know where it is that you want to go. We learn from our past. We learn from our history. We deepen our bond with the soul journey, and we grow. Oftentimes people want to know the answer to their question. Tell me who I was in a past lifetime. I really want to hear about that. Read my Akashic records. Now, I've been trained by multiple people in reading the Akashic records, and I have a very close bond with Archangel Jeremiel, Archangel Ramiel, and have been seeing past lifetime visions all of my life. As a massage therapist, many years ago on my healing journey, I used to see remnants of issues that were still showing up in the body, such as being shot with a bow and arrow and having a stiff shoulder or upper back. Spirit would show these things to me, and I'd be able to pull them out and release the energetic imprint that was creating a physical issue in a person's field, left over from past lifetimes. Now, that person who came in just wanted their pain to go away and weren't able to continue to do what they were trying to do in the present tense because this pain kept showing up. And if a pain is continuously showing up, then it still has something to teach you. And what it has to teach you is whatever it is that you did not finish in your previous lifetime. It will rear its ugly head and show up for you in a very similar fashion. It's often watered down or portrayed differently, but the theme is the same. In this case, pain in the upper back. And in tuning into that pain, I was able to see, betrayal energy. So the energy of betrayal still has to be learned from and worked through in order to uproot the end result, which was pain in the upper shoulder or an arrow in the back. some of the things that that person needed to learn about was trusting their intuition about people and about learning how to defend oneself, stand in their power. How to move out of the way of danger. And how to speak up at the right time. There are many ways that you can still go forward and keep that covered up. And many people do sell remedies, topical ointments, pain relievers, stretching modalities, learning how to dig into the tissues. And when that's occurring, if a person gets into a pocket of energy where there is stored information, such as a lesson in empowerment and some pain surrounding a previous lesson in your journey as a soul or their journey as a soul, it's going to come up as part of their healing process. So what we are learning about today is, how is that information stored? How do you learn about it? How do you deepen your connection to being able to understand your own reasoning for why you're in certain situations that have brought you here today, to this class right now? Well, for one thing, your higher self has been the being that has been watching over you and experiencing life through you as a soul through a succession of lifetimes. Much of the information is not given to you yet, but is held in the higher portion of you, known as the higher self. That is where your wisdom is stored and your reasons for your soul journey in this physical reality. So we're going to bring your higher self into this class today to highlight which portion of your past lifetime you have come to work with. Sometimes the reason for working with a past lifetime is to remember the wisdom, the talents, and bring forth your divine life purpose and what you have already mastered in previous lifetimes and are continuing to teach here, and how you're going to shine. It is to download that type of information that you came back to share with the world, which is what people usually want to hear about. And seeing how Earth is a school and we still have work to do, even if we are teachers, even if we are healers, even if we are parents, even if we are conscious beings, is that we are still learning, we are still growing in some area. And your higher self is way more excited about continuing your growth process and highlighting those lifetimes than bringing forth a repeat of something that you've already mastered. Now, if you are in a healing crisis and there's something that's a huge block in your life and you really need to get through it to get to where you're going, often the lifetime that you will see when you go into meditation and journey are the lifetimes that have the information that you need to draw upon your power to continue to propel you forward. And sometimes we need to go even further back and really sit with a lesson and see how that pattern is continuously showing up in your reality today with the people that you know, the jobs that you have, and the family that you were born into. Resolving the pattern in the past shows you why it's happening in the present. Therefore, bringing through the energy of fulfillment, evolution, and enlightenment into what you are experiencing. There is a reason for everything. We have heard that a million times, and it's true. The more you experience this, the more you will realize that coincidences aren't coincidences at all, and that you've been guided every step of the way. If there is something that you are experiencing that you just can't seem to get out of, if you are in a spiral, or in a relationship, or a career path that just seems to be gnawing at you in some way, and it seems like no matter what you try, you keep finding yourself right back here, it is a really good idea for you to go back and to figure out what it is that's rearing its ugly head in your ancestral karma, your lineage, your lifetimes, your history, and how to heal it. For some, you might find that you're exploring the energy of victim. And that pain is real, and that struggle is real. We don't want to stay in it. We want to validate you. We want to acknowledge what's happening. And we also want to grow in that soil. We want to learn how it is that we can empower ourselves and step up and pull ourselves out of it. How we can heal from it. Sometimes if you're in a cycle and you haven't really fully grasped it all, when you go into a past lifetime, you might perhaps see that the reverse of your exact situation has occurred, and you're on the other side of it now. You're really experiencing it. And you need to know how it felt. You need to know all the ins and outs and the nooks and crannies before you're ready to fully release that lesson. Once you can see it from all sides, from the outside looking in, and have compassion for the human journey and all aspects of it, in pertaining to what it is that you're going through, you won't be at peace with it, not completely. You'll still have more to learn. And therefore, it continues to show up. So you want to allow the fullness of your vision and the depth of your understanding to show up in these meditations for you to be able to manifest well. You cannot use the law of attraction and manifest your way out of a karmic lesson if you're in one. You can, however, deepen your connection with why you are having this lesson and ask for support from the Akashic Records, which is a place that we're going to journey to today. And it is a place that you can journey with the great whales that hold the Akashic Records here on the planet. Or you can travel in your own Merkaba field with your higher self into the Library of Records, which is an actual etheric place that you go to between lives when you're having your life review. It's nice that we have an opportunity to go up and explore what it is that we have chosen for ourselves in our Earth School to explore, to experience, and to grow through in our enlightenment journey before we are between lives, so that we can deepen our conscious connection to why we are here. Bringing in a lot of healing energy to the vibration that is your past lifetime also helps you to create a better lifetime in the here and now. You are still connected. This is another one of those holograms that is alive inside of you and continuously manifesting. Because in the higher dimensions, time does not exist. It is very easy to access past lifetimes for those of us who have this as part of our soul purpose. So I invite you to journey with me now and really remember why you are here. We are walking with you, Ashras, here. Asking for our ability to traverse through time. We accentuate that energy by way of riding down the hourglass through a sea of sand, swirling, through the very narrow joining of this time and that. We are recognizing the power in which a cause has an effect. And how power can be used positively and or negatively. We anchor in the thought that we are sitting in a place of observance, allowing ourselves to visualize a whole truth. That there are some lives that are meaningful because we have learned from our mistakes, and there are others where we were actually making those mistakes. But we are returning together in this place to align with a greater purpose as we view our history, our timelines. Bringing through the Weaver. We ask for the Weaver medicine to show up for us, to assist us in clearing our paths forward as we go back. There is a very strong energy rising up in you, noticing that it is time to heal. And the presence of that energy is needed to transform. Do not shy away from it. Allow time and kindness and acceptance, allowing to conjure the medicine of undoing. While the Weaver weaves, we are allowed to see. Such medicine the spider brings. Along the sands, our glistening energy showing up for you, reflecting different timelines. Allow the sand to sift through the palms of your hands back and forth. Really looking. And feeling into it, knowing that you will arrive on a particular hour and day. As your hour and day are arriving, to support, to clear, to understand, but not to fear. as we ask for the guidance of the Akasha. The Akasha holds the secrets of time, you see. And there are energies there that are supportive and nurturing to assist us and where we are going based on where we have been. They are the lords of karma. And the angel Jeremiel, who is otherwise known as Ramiel. As the gates of time are expanding, we fill up our energy with love, calling in the many whale beings holding the acacia and the records in the crystalline energy of water. As we land on an hour and a day, we also land in a time and a year. Winding backwards, the arms of the clock. We spiral into a reality that is changing just based on us viewing what we need to see. Our viewing changes the way that we think and feel about our time here on earth. Who we were shapes who we are. And in our consciousness of who we were, we grow and evolve in the here and now, thus changing our future. Adapting to the remedy that is trance meditation. We have a depth and a purpose that enriches as we explore. And so we do it with style, we do it on purpose. And we ride these waves and currents with the whale beings. Calling in the energy of Wai-e-Koa and Wachakiti. And their guidance is greatly appreciated. And there is brilliance to be had, and so much love and support. Awaken the sense of visual realizations. Being the dream weaver. We align our thinking with that of the consciousness inside our DNA. Master teacher guides are coming for this very strong reason, to help us to shift our consciousness here So as we look, we also grant access to the higher dimensions into our bloodline, into our family, and allow this light to travel into our DNA as we call on Cryon of magnetic service. There is a bright light on inside of each of you, ready to listen, ready to awaken. As the dream weaver inside of you ignites. If an energy arises today during our session here, allow a dissolving with the violet flame energy the whales are creating to help you to cleanse and purify. And if you are connecting with one or more places, those are ones that you might want to return to another day. But for this journey, we wish to say thank you for arriving at a specific date. Allow it to show up like a newspaper headline. What year is it? Thanking the very strong energy imprint of the guardians of the Akashic Records, sharing this information as you open your book. And start to read. And what we are going to ask them is, what am I ready to heal at this time? What lesson plan am I working on that I need to go back and view it from another perspective, from an ancient story? And as you can tell, there are many thoughts arriving. Oh, I want to know. Tell me this, tell me that. Allow it to move inward and show up for you here. And go into that, feeling yourself shifting all the way down through the time tunnel, like a slide. Thanking all the beings of light and service to the Akashic Records for holding your hand, for cherishing you in all lifetimes, letting you know that there is support. As you are liberated from this tube, you find yourself on land. Step onto it. There's a beautiful being there who is going to walk you through this time. Where is this place? What part of the world am I in? Look down at your legs and your hands and your garments. Or the buildings and the architecture. What time of year is it? Find yourself arriving at this beautiful state of awareness where you can simply just allow whatever comes to you to start flowing in. Breathe into the consciousness as you look for a home or a place of dwelling. And find yourself in your own home. Do you have family, friends? Who are they? Is it someone you know now? Who were they to you then? And as that information starts to arrive, don't fight it. Just simply allow the energy to come in, curiosity, envision. And as you allow this movement of air from which you breathe to take you deeper into seeing and knowing and sensing, you can ask questions using your mind and listen to that inner voice for an answer. What happened here? Take me to a scene that was the undoing, that was the beginning of something that I'm still healing today. What aspect of me made the mistake? Show it to me. I'm ready to see now. And if it hurts to see, just allow yourself to breathe and just let in the information as the observer. And what you're about to notice is that there are many reasons why this has occurred. Start to rewind time back to where you had a turning point right before this happened, where there was a choice. And all of the reasons behind your choice. And had you made a different choice, where you would end up. And while we go into that relationship energy, that situational response, we're going to acknowledge firmly what has come out of that into your life today that you are wanting to shift. Breathe in the knowing and the understanding. This is the reason I'm here. This is what I need to see. And while you are seeing the answer, allow yourself to write some things down. You can still be in this state of mind and be right in the timeline and start to journal with your higher self. What do I most need to know about this lifetime and how it affects me today? Allow the answers to just move onto the page, one sentence at a time, even one word. Don't overthink it. Allow the listening and the words to write themselves. And while you are healing, you're going to notice that the great feminine is also arriving on the scene. Divine Mother. To let you notice anything else that you need to know, that you need to become aware of about yourself in this time. About the mistakes, about why you were this way. And start to merge your energy with the higher consciousness of the sacred light to clarify and cleanse and release any energy still attached to it, letting go a bit. How have you grown? Write a bit more. And what you're going to do now is you're going to edit the storyline for yourself. Go back to where the mistake was made and let the story play out for yourself in a different way. See it, visualize a whole new pattern of health and wellness, of security and friendship, kindness and compassion. And what would that look like in this scene? Start to import that new information, like a current or a vibrational frequency that is more aligned with the divine mind. Creating a bit of relief for you. There may be some energy debts that you will need to pay in your current day reality with this new energy that you are bringing in. You might have to be a little extra kind to yourself and others to support the undoing and the transmutation and the transformation of the energy that you are working with today. The many who see you and recognize you are going to feel the imprints of when they knew you before. And you might think to yourself, how can I clear the air in this new lifetime? What can I do to hold space to make amends for any mistakes that I may have made? And align to completely shift out of my timeline here, knowing that I have completely evolved and I'm feeling freer with each moment and each breath. How long will that take? And ask if there's anything that you need to know about that, and jot the words down. The hourglass is starting to slow a bit, and you know that it's time for you to turn around and go back. And you may return at any time through the sands, through the tunnels of your looking glass. And so we bid farewell, separating from this time zone, winding our way back, sliding our way around in circles, moving our way down through the time tunnel. Thanking all the beings for protection and clarification and understanding. Releasing the needs of that time and stepping back into our bodies with our newfound awareness. Is there anything else that I need to know to reclaim my innocence and spiritual bliss? And writing down the answer. Allowing yourself to just comfortably release any concerns and calling yourself and your energy all the way back from 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Moving our way all the way back into our bodies. Letting go of that time. Being very present. Seeing your own hands, your own feet, your own circumstance and surroundings, knowing that you have just enriched your life with this journey, with new insight, and the session is complete. Until we meet again, blessed be.